Welcome to our audio commentary coverage. This broadcast is not an official product of this competition.
Against the league leaders, and as things stand, the title favourites, but can Manchester United put a spanner in the works here? Give a little bit of hope to their city rivals and indeed to Aston Villa by taking some points off the pace setters. It is Bruno Fernandes who gets the first half underway. The pass back to Lamons, the goalkeeper, who sends it long. And the ball is headed out of play for a Manchester United throw-in on the left-hand side. Taken by Shaw to Martinez. Turns away from Odegaard and is able to float a ball into the penalty area. It's a decent delivery. It wasn't far away from the head of Bryan Mbeumo. Gabriel got there first and headed it away to safety. No surprise to see him return to the starting 11 alongside Saliba. Hincapié at left back is perhaps the most interesting selection. Could have gone with Timber and played Ben White once again, as he did in midweek. Mikel Arteta at right back. Of course, Lewis Skelly, who played left back in midweek, and he is on the bench. Manchester United hoping to get off to a good start here. Is played up to Trossard though, on the left hand side, holding off the challenge of Dalot. Force the play back to Gabriel, who goes even further back to Saliba, his central defensive partner in the centre circle. Forward by Timber now to Saka, playing on the right hand side. Timber once more. Pressure from Manchester United players, and ball is played to Zubimendi, who goes back to Saliba, and now it's with David Raya. Raya finds Saliba again. Back to the Arsenal goalkeeper. Now Gabriel, left-footed forward up towards the halfway line, and it's missed by a couple of players, including Harry Maguire. And Martinez has to recover really well to make the challenge. I think there was possibly an offside flag coming anyway against Gabriel Jesus. And the free kick goes Manchester United's way. Jesus, who starts his first Premier League game in over a year, January 2025, the last time he was named in the starting 11. In a Premier League game, really impressed against Inter in the Champions League, scoring twice. No surprise perhaps to see him retain his position in the team today. Big bonus for Arsenal to have him back again. As the ball is played back to Lamons, who launches it long up to halfway, where Gabriel wins the header. Gave it away to Mbeumo, but he's given it back to Arsenal, and now Odegaard can look for a bit of space here. Lovely ball out to the left-hand side. It is played into Trossard now. Back to Zubimendi. Midway inside the Manchester United half. Trossard looking for the cross. It's blocked by Casemiro. Comes out to Gabriel. Back to Trossard again on the left. Looking to take on the Manchester United defence, but plays it back to Declan Rice. By Gabriel. Trossard infield to Odegaard. Just to slide it through, but it is gathered easily by Lamons, who comes sliding out of his 6-yard box to gather the ball comfortably. No real danger there for Manchester United. Arteta has a pretty good record against Manchester United as a manager. 8 wins out of 12. Mbeumo's flick on is Straight to an Arsenal player, but United have it back again, and Ahmad looking to get down the right-hand side. It's a really good challenge by Hincapié. Makes the tackle and puts it out of play for a throw. Martinez now. Looks to play it up towards the halfway line. Back instead by Shaw, who fires it forward, looking for Mbuemo. Flicked on the halfway line. Fernandez losing out in the challenge. Arsenal get it back again. Zubimendi playing it out wide to Hincapié on the left-hand side. Declan Rice in possession. Gives it to Gabriel. Rice edging forward. It's back to Zubimendi. Now to Timber. Out to the right for Saka. As he looks for a little bit of space. Looks for the pass to Timber. The ball shepherded out of play by Casemiro. Uses all his strength just to barge Timber out of the way and keep him away from the ball. Goal kick to Manchester United. It's been a pretty tame start to the game here. A great deal for either side to get excited about so far. As Manchester United take the goal kick short, and Lamons launches it long over the head of Mbuemo. Saliba will let it run for David Raya, who comes out of his penalty area to launch it long. Maguire gets his head to the ball. Gathered by Martinez now. Plays it back to Lamons once again. He goes long up towards halfway. It's not the greatest clearance, and it was Hincapié who won it back and found Declan Rice, and now Trossard looking to get away from Dalot. Plays it infield to Rice, edge of the penalty area, goes for goal. Martinez was in the way, made the block, but Arsenal can come again with Trossard, who does well to win the ball off Mbuemo. Now Zubimendi out to the left-hand side. Declan Rice once more. Back to Zubimendi. Saliba to Gabriel. Still now back on the halfway line. So it goes back to Saliba once more, and now Timber. Still going further and further back here. Now on the edge of their own penalty area. That's with Timber, plays it forward up to the halfway line for Odegaard on the right wing. Cuts in field to get away from Dorgu and gives it back to Timber. Now to Odegaard again, clever little turn. Once more to get himself away from Dorgu. Gabriel carries it forward into the Manchester United half. It's with Declan Rice. Ball over the top, down the right-hand side. Saka chasing, tries to keep it in play. Just about succeeds. Onto his left foot. Looks to get the cross in. It's blocked by Mainu. And will go out of play for a throw-in, taken quickly by Saka. Gives it to Saliba, and Saliba immediately returning it to Saka, looking to beat Dorgu, and he does beat Dorgu. Looks for the cross, it's blocked again, and this time it goes behind for a corner. First time we've seen Bukayo Saka really have an influence on this game. Certainly asking some questions of Manchester United. They have their first corner. We know how effective they can be from set pieces. So it is corner from the right-hand side. Arsenal with 14 set-piece goals this season. Manchester United are the second best at scoring set-pieces. They have 13. Saka to take the corner. It's right into the middle, headed away to the edge of the box. Trossard hits it and clears the crossbar by some distance. He was leaning back. It was an awkward one. Came at him rather quickly. The ball's almost behind him when he hits it. Can never really get the control he was looking for. Wasn't really threatening Manchester United at all there, but a solid opening 10 minutes from Arsenal. Comfortable, if not particularly spectacular. Goal kick from Lamons. Manchester United win the second ball as it comes to Menu on the left-hand side. Strong challenge by Timber, and Gabriel Jesus now finds Saka right on the touchline, skips past Dorgu cleverly, and then finds Gabriel Jesus again as he switches the play over to the left-hand side for Hincapié. Now with Trossard. Trossard up against Dalot on the left. Facing him up, and now looking for the cross. Dalot makes the block, corner to Arsenal. Starting to increase the pressure. Forward come the big defenders for Arsenal, as they so often do, hovering at the back post just outside the 6-yard box. Hincapié, Jesus, Gabriel, Saliba, all in discussion. Gabriel attacking the middle of the box. Saliba on the goalkeeper. Declan Rice plays it out to Saka on the edge of the penalty area, who was completely free. It was a slightly awkward one for him to control, and that just gave Manchester United enough time to close him down. Saka has it again though, and now it's with Odegaard. His cross is blocked by Casemiro and picked up by Menu, who can give it to Ahmad and try and set Manchester United on the counter-attack. Ahmad's ball forward, not enough for Mbeumo to get onto. And Trossard comes away with it for Arsenal. Strong challenge by Casemiro inside the centre circle, and it's a foul on Trossard according to the referee. It'll be a free kick to Arsenal. Now Rice. Still very much in control of things here. A lot of the possession. Manchester United haven't really threatened at all, haven't had the chance to. Arsenal have had a couple of corners now. As the ball runs through to the goalkeeper Lamons, who admittedly hasn't really had a lot to do in this opening 13 minutes. Still got the ball at his feet, nobody closing him down. Eventually Trossard does, and Lamons picks it up and throws it out to the left-hand side for Martinez. Martinez now playing it forward to Dorgu, who holds off the challenge of Timber. It's played back to Harry Maguire, who's making his 450th English League appearance today. A number of different clubs. He's been at Manchester United a long time. Very experienced central defender. Martinez now gives it to Shaw. Back to Casemiro. Forward to Ahmad, and now back with Dalot. Casemiro to Martinez. Bruno Fernandes under pressure, gives the ball away. And now Odegaard, lovely ball into Declan Rice, bit of space to run into. Rice might go it alone, slips it in, and it comes back from Saliba, who was forward. I don't think he was the player that Declan Rice was expecting to see in that position. And when Saliba did receive it in the penalty area, it almost looked like he didn't really know what to do with it. Manchester United rather fortunate, but maybe it was just a case of the wrong player in the right place. Declan Rice driving through the middle, and Saliba making the overlapping run on the right-hand side, received in a lot of space inside the penalty area. He tried to play it straight back to Declan Rice, and by the time it reached him, Sandro Martinez was able to close him down. Big let-off for Manchester United there. It remains goalless. Quarter of an hour gone. Ball picked up by Mainu. Couldn't hold on to it there, and Declan Rice wins the duel and comes away with it. Now it's with Saka. Trying to inject a bit of pace here, Arsenal, as Saka carries it forward, plays it out to the left. There's a foul that the referee is letting go because Arsenal still have possession. It's back with Trossard again. Zubimendi, Saliba, forward to Timber, Saka, Odegaard, Gabriel to Saliba. Arsenal looking for a way through. They've been frustrated so far. 16 minutes gone. Zubimendi to Gabriel, Declan Rice. Again, it's with Saliba. Lots of possession for Arsenal in this first half so far. Gabriel Jesus. His pass cut out by Shaw. Dorgu tries to break away down the left but ran into trouble, and immediately Arsenal on the attack again with Saka. Dorgu comes back to make the challenge, and it's an unfair one according to the referee, and it's a free kick to Arsenal on the right hand side. Chance to load the penalty area once again. Dorgu penalised. Odegaard and Declan Rice standing over the ball. Captain Odegaard looks as though he's preparing to take charge of this and launch it into the penalty area once again. Arsenal's powerful headers of the ball are all gathered at the far post. Odegaard has left it now to Declan Rice to take. Arm goes up from Rice, looking to swing it in with his right foot, curls it into the 6-yard box, and a header from close range, tipped over brilliantly by Lamans. It's a super save as Zubimendi is denied. It's a great ball in from Declan Rice and a powerful header from Zubimendi, and that is the first clear-cut chance of the game. He actually headed it onto the top of Casemiro's head, which may have taken a bit of pace off the ball, but also changed the direction, so Lamont did well to tip it over. Now a corner for Arsenal. They have had a few of these now. Saka to take, left-footed into the near post. Bounces in the penalty area. Bruno Fernandes has time to clear it, and does. Ahmad is sprinting after the ball. Put some pressure on Declan Rice, who can only get it out of play for a throw. A bit of respite for Manchester United. It's been a tough opening 19 minutes. Carrick did actually beat Arsenal in his previous interim spell 4 years ago. 3-2 win. Certainly settled for that again today. Buomo on the ball here, looking for Ahmad. inside their own penalty area, which has been a rare occurrence in this first half. They have got it now in an advanced position with Odegaard, who finds Saka. Saka looking to get the cross in. Checks back onto his left foot again. Now looking across with his right, blocked by Shaw. It's another corner. Well, that 3-2 win for Manchester United came in December of 2021. Cristiano Ronaldo scoring twice, including the winning goal. Saka delivers the corner into a crowded area, and Gabriel was closest to it, got his head to it. It's gone out for a throw-in. Actually came off Gabriel's shoulder and went behind for a goal kick. Going back to that 3-2 win for Manchester United, which admittedly was at Old Trafford 4 years ago. A few players who played in that game that are featuring today. Odegaard started and scored in that game. Gabriel also in the back line for Arsenal. For Manchester United, Bruno Fernandes was playing, Diogo Dalot, Harry Maguire. So far, Manchester United have been able to at least minimise Arsenal's threat, although Arsenal have come close on a couple of occasions. Trossard's just committed a foul on the halfway line. Casemiro now looking to spread the play. Gets it out wide into Mainu. Right hand side with Dalot now, plays a clever ball back to Casemiro. Mainu again. The shot comes in from distance. Lisandro Martinez with an ambitious effort. Lovely touch by Shaw to find Dorgu. Played into the penalty area, and Mbeumo close to it but couldn't get to it. Manchester United win it back though. Bruno Fernandes did well. Now it comes to Mainu, who goes for goal. It's blocked, and suddenly Arsenal can counter with Gabriel Jesus. And brilliantly won back by Ahmad. Which allows Manchester United to come forward once again. To the right hand side and back to Harry Maguire now. Forward from Maguire into Bruno Fernandes. Little touch around the corner looking for Mbeumo, just a little bit too much on it. A little bit frustrated there. Wasn't the better ball. Casemiro fouled by Timber. Manchester United starting to enjoy a little bit more possession here. It's been pretty quiet in the last few minutes. Manchester United have been able to establish a little more control. They've had more of the ball, as I say. Nearly created an opening once or twice. of Saliba. Forward to Rice. To the left-hand side for Hincapié. Thought about the attempted cross from deep, opted against it, plays it back to Declan Rice. Midway inside the Manchester United half, out to the left again. Back to Rice once more, Arsenal still looking for a way through. Saliba has it, looks for the pass to Saka, it wasn't the best and was intercepted by Shaw, and Dorgu then finding Bruno Fernandes. Back to Mainu, Alessandro Martinez, to Casemiro, and to Maguire. Manchester United now to find a way out of their half here as Dalot gives it back to Harry Maguire, still inside the Manchester United half. It's now with Martinez. Looking at options. A lot on for him, and goes to Shaw. Back to Martinez. Arsenal keeping Manchester United pinned back in their half at the moment as Maguire looks to break the lines and finds Mbeumo. Now Mainu under pressure. Gives it back to Maguire. Out to Dalot. Now Mbeumo on the right-hand side, forced back into his own half yet again. But Manchester United have found a way through now. It's with Casemiro. Gives it to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes out wide to Dorgu. Better from Manchester United. Dorgu to Fernandes. And Dorgu again. Finally enjoying a sustained spell of possession here, Manchester United, albeit they're not really doing anything with it at the moment. Played back to Lamons. And he goes long. Searching ball with Saliba and Fernandes challenging for us. Fernandes might get to it and does. Tries to find Dorgu. The ball just went behind him and Declan Rice was onto it in a flash to win it back for Arsenal. That's why he's so important to that team. Such a crucial player. Out to Rice now. Zubimendi to Gabriel. To David Raya. Untested so far in this first half. 27 minutes gone. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. Draw for Arsenal today, and they will be 5 points clear at the top of the table. Odegaard now. Zubimendi. Saliba. Back to Zubimendi. Now Declan Rice. Inside the centre circle. Closed down quickly. Rice to Zubimendi and back out to Gabriel. Some patient possession here from Arsenal, but still lacking that cutting edge. Forward by Gabriel, comes straight back to him from Jesus. Now he plays it out to the left-hand side, and Hincapié opting to run and hit a deep cross, looking for Saka. Dorgu gets his head to it, but it falls for Saka, who controls it nicely and clips it back in towards Odegaard, and it's forced in. Arsenal take the lead. It may even have been a Martinez own goal here. But crucially at the Emirates, it is Manchester United who fall behind. And the league leaders Arsenal who get the crucial opener. Well, Manchester United had done a good job of keeping Arsenal relatively quiet. But it was Dorgu who failed to clear as the cross came in. His header just went up into the air and Saka brought it down beautifully. Odegaard flicked it on. Timber was in there on the edge of the 6-yard box. And the only question was, did it strike him or Martinez before beating Lamons. It was one of the two. I think it may have come off the heel of Martinez. It's a little unfortunate, but it's 1-0 Arsenal, and it is an own goal. Timber will do his best to claim it, I'm sure, and without his presence it wouldn't have ended up in the back of the net. A big moment for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal in what became a much trickier game after Manchester United's brilliant performance in the derby last weekend. But Manchester United looking to respond here, and Bumo is through into the penalty area. Can he get the shot away? Arsenal getting players back. It falls to Bruno Fernandes, who hits it, and it'll be a goal kick. Couldn't find the target, and Bumo breaking into the penalty area didn't have the angle or the space to shoot. Had to lay it off for Fernandes, who then couldn't hit the target with his effort from the edge of the box. It's a little bit better from Manchester United. Would have been a great response. Forward by Saliba now for Saka. Fouled by Shaw. Arsenal free kick taken quickly by Saka. Little touch to Zubimendi. Now Gabriel. Back to Zubimendi again. Saliba carrying it forward. Saka did well. Odegaard, Saka inside the penalty area. Gets it out to the left-hand side for Hincapié now. Manchester United trying desperately to win it back, but it's with Trossard. Fires it towards the edge of the penalty area, trying to find a way through. There's a tangle of bodies on the edge of the box, and the free kick has gone against Gabriel Jesus for a foul on Harry Maguire. It will be free kick to Manchester United here. Two and a half minutes played. Dorgu loses control. In the middle of the centre circle, he's actually won a free kick. There's a foul by Gabriel Jesus. A free kick to Manchester United, who trail by a goal to nil. Lisandro Martinez with the own goal. Really unfortunate. Not a lot he could have done about it. He was tussling with Timber. And the ball might fall here for Bruno Fernandes. What a chance. Right on the edge of the penalty area. He's put it wide. He's claiming it should be a corner. It was a ball from Mbeumo into the path of Bruno Fernandes. And there's just a little touch from the defender, Saliba, who slides in and gets a foot to the ball, and it just forces Fernandes to miscue his shot, which is why it's gone out for a goal kick and not a corner, because Saliba got the touch first. That forced Fernandes to miss. A bit of a let-off for Arsenal, who were carved open far too easily there. Timber gives it to Saka. Now Zubimendi switches the play. Out to Hincapié. Closed down by Ahmad. It's been kept alive by Arsenal, and that actually could cost them because Ahmad has it. Holds off the challenger Zubimendi. Counter-attack looked to be on briefly there for Manchester United, but Arsenal back in position quickly, and lovely flick from Fernandes to find Casemiro. Holds it up well and plays it out to the right-hand side for Dalot. Dalot looking for the cross from deep. Blocked, and it will be a corner. And Manchester United with a set-piece opportunity. There haven't been many of those. Can they make something of this here? 10 minutes to go in the first half. Ahmad to take the corner. Left-footed. Swings it in. And the header at the near post. It was a really awkward one. There's bodies everywhere as Arsenal get it away. It will be a throw into Manchester United. David Raya did really well. It's a dangerous set piece from Manchester United, and Arsenal just about able to deal with it. It's a great ball into the 6-yard box. It was David Raya who got the crucial touch on the ball. May have been a defender. There was bodies everywhere. Could have gone anywhere. Arsenal deal with the danger. There's been a couple of moments for Manchester United since the game resumed after the first goal. Given away here by Arsenal. Brian Mbeumo's in round David Raya, and he's equalised. And out of nowhere, Manchester United are level. And it's that man again, Brian Mbeumo. He's had a big impact at Old Trafford this season, and he's scoring on the road as well. 1-1 at the Emirates. And after an own goal to give them the lead, Manchester United benefit from a mix-up in the Arsenal backline. Zubimendi's pass straight to Brian Mbeumo, and he rounded David Raya and put it into the empty net. Wasn't even under that much pressure. Zubimendi played a first-time pass back into the middle. It's a really poor error from the midfielder, and a really costly one. And Brian Mbeumo sticks it away. 1-1. Game on at the Emirates. And that's come after Manchester United's best spell of the game. Had a couple of chances. And it's a 50th Premier League goal for Brian Mbeumo. Huge moment for him. It's had a tremendous impact since arriving. Zubimendi looks to make amends here for Arsenal. Firing a shot away from the edge of the box. It's a good block. Since winning promotion to the Premier League with Brentford, Brian Mbeumo has been regularly scoring goals. 42 for Brentford in 4 seasons in the Premier League. He's now got 8 for Manchester United in 18 appearances. He took his goal really well, scored in the Manchester derby. Needed no second invitation after that poor pass from Zubimendi. Arsenal have got a free kick now. A dangerous area. Bruno Fernandes arguing with the referee about something. It's waiting for Declan Rice to set up this free kick now for Arsenal. Just over 5 minutes of regular time left in this first half. We've had an own goal for Manchester United and a defensive mix-up from Arsenal that have led to the only goals so far. Declan Rice to take the free kick once again. Arsenal players queuing up at the far post on the edge of the 6-yard box. Now they make the move into the middle as it's swung in by Rice and straight into the arms of Lamons, who gathers well. Rolls it out to the left-hand side for Luke Shaw. Down to Martinez. Plays it back to Lamons. Closed down by Odegaard, and Lamons has time to clear the ball long up towards Brian and Mbeumo, and Nkapie almost gave it away. Arsenal have given it away now. It was Timber that time with a misplaced pass. It's with Kobbie Mainoo, and now Luke Shaw. Gives it back to Mainoo again. Arsenal closing down aggressively. Martinez plays a nice pass into Casemiro in the centre circle. Casemiro out wide to Ahmad, looking to take on Nkapie. Ahmad edging forward and towards the penalty area, and he's forced the corner off Nkapie. Encouraging from Manchester United this. The response to going a goal down has been impressive. Arsenal are the Premier League set-piece kings, but Manchester United, as I mentioned already, have scored a fair few themselves this season. 13 set-piece goals, only one less than Arsenal. And it's going to be Ahmad to deliver the corner from the right-hand side. Left-footed in-swinger to the near post, headed away. And it comes out to Mbeumo, hooks it back towards the edge of the box. Not a very convincing connection from him, and Arsenal now looking to break. Played out to the left-hand side. Trossard has it on the touchline. He's got support out wide with Nkapie. Finds him. Nkapie looking for the cross. It's deep over the head of Saka. Bounces away, and Casemiro is there to try and shepherd it out of play. And he turns brilliantly away from Odegaard and wins the free kick. Superb play from the Brazilian. Outstanding football from Casemiro there. Showed and used all of his experience in what was a potentially dangerous situation for Manchester United to deal with. Three minutes to go. Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1. Lamons launches it forward, and Dorgu not able to get hold of it. Casemiro does win it in midfield, but then slips, and Odegaard able to pick it up again and fires it forward to Jesus, who couldn't control it. Manchester United have it back again. Mainoo out to Dorgu, and the game just starting to open up a little bit now. It had been a very controlled performance from Arsenal, but ever since the goal, it's just changed a little bit. Maybe that's Manchester United being a little more aggressive, a little more attacking. Now Fernandes gives it to Maguire. Short pass forward to Mainoo. Martinez on the edge of the centre circle, coming up to the halfway line as he plays it out to the left for Luke Shaw. Teta standing just behind Luke Shaw in his technical area, waving wildly at his players as Martinez breaks free down the left-hand side and continues, and still going, and tries to send the cross, and it comes off his own player, Dorgu, and then battles with Saka for possession, fouls Bukayo Saka, and Arsenal have the free kick. Less than 90 seconds of the first 45 minutes remaining. Intriguing battle. Perhaps not an absolute classic, but certainly a good battle developing between these two. Arteta, deep conversation with Albert Stuivenberg, one of his assistants. As they try and find a solution here. Dropping points would be not a disaster, but certainly a bit of a setback in their attempt to maintain that big lead in the Premier League title race. Dropping points this weekend would mean Manchester City and Aston Villa will have gained some ground. Arsenal have been struggling a little of late to pick up wins in the Premier League. Still in a very commanding position. They would have been delighted with this had you offered it to them at the start of the season. As the ball comes to Mbeumo, hits it first time on the turn, on the volley, and tries to lift it high into the net, but it bounces harmlessly wide in the end. Straightforward ball forward from Bruno Fernandes, edge of the penalty area. And Mbeumo with his back to goal, just swivelling and hitting it first time. He got right underneath it, cleared the crossbar. No real danger for David Raya. He's in the mood now. He's got his goal. Scoring in the Premier League for the second game in a row. He'd actually gone through a bit of a barren spell, goal scoring wise, before netting against Manchester City. Started the season in incredible form. Final few seconds of stoppage time now in this first half. So 1, Manchester United 1. Lead for Arsenal that lasted 8 minutes. As the referee brings the first half to a close. And it was Lisandro Martinez who got that opening goal, an own goal for him after Odegaard's shot cross attempt was deflected into the back of his own net before Bryan Mbeumo pounced on an error by Zubimendi to round David Raya and equalise. It's been a good battle. Arsenal dominated the early stages, but it's anybody's game as we head towards the second half. At the midway point, it's Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1. minutes into the second half, and Dorgu has helped Manchester United turn this around, and they do lead at the Emirates. What a strike from Dorgu. Another goal that seemed to come out of nowhere, and Manchester United have the lead 5 minutes into the second half. What a strike from Patrick Dorgu. That might be the goal of the weekend so far, and it could be a huge goal in Manchester United's season. Arsenal are not happy. There is some debate going on. Maybe this will require a VAR check. Potential handball against Dorgu. I'm not entirely convinced there is one. Looks as though it brushes up on his side, but it bounces and he strikes it brilliantly. It's in off the crossbar. It's a fabulous goal. It's a little 1-2 with Bruno Fernandes. The Arsenal players do appeal for handball, and it will be checked. But to me, it looks as though it comes off his side, and then it's struck magnificently by Dorgu on the edge of the penalty area. Crashes in off the crossbar. And Dorgu scored a stunning winner against Newcastle United on Boxing Day. As his third goal in his last 6 games. The goal has been confirmed, checked and cleared. Arsenal may have something to say about that at full time. But now they have a real task on their hands. Talked about the lack of intensity in this game. I think we're going to see a little more of it now. Arsenal are certainly going to have to turn up the heat. Mikel Arteta and Albert Stevenberg deep in conversation on the sidelines as they try and plot a way back into this game. Arsenal was so comfortable for half an hour. All of a sudden there's concern on the faces of those inside the Emirates. Last home league game, which was actually their last game here, back on the 8th of January, was a goalless draw with Liverpool. As Manchester United come forward again, and Dorgu firing an effort wide and high this time. But he's suddenly full of confidence. Little layoff from Brian Mbeumo into the path of Dorgu. He just fired it wide. It was a difficult angle. After what he's just done, no surprise that he fancied his chances of getting on the score sheet again. Another through ball here, which Mbeumo is chasing after. David Raya will get there first and plays it forward to Declan Rice. Now Arsenal looking to play with a bit more urgency as it's out wide to Saka, up against Shaw. Going to cut back, perhaps. He's going to the byline. Saka, the cross, flicked away by Casemiro, but only as far as Hincapié. Couldn't control it. Gets away from him. And he has to run to retrieve it by the touchline. It's now with Declan Rice. As Arsenal look for a way through. Long way to go. 9 minutes played in the second half. Arsenal led, but now trail in this huge game. Manchester United heading for 4th in the league table as things stand. That go above Chelsea, who did win earlier today, and above Liverpool, who lost yesterday in dramatic fashion against Bournemouth. Saka has it now. Slips it forward to Gabriel Jesus. And Jesus and Martinez tussling for possession. Jesus has gone down in dramatic fashion. Referee has gone over to try and sort a few things out. It's going to be a corner. To Arsenal on the right-hand side. All swung into the near post and cleared off the line. Lamont managed to get a hand to it, but it wasn't really enough, and in the end, Manchester United forced to try and deal with it. Comes out to Saka now. Clipped over the top. Now Mbumo. It's given away by Manchester United. Declan Rice has it and sets up a shot from the edge of the penalty area, which is blocked. A couple of appeals for handball from the Arsenal players, nothing given. Bruno Fernandes then tries to clear, and the flag does go up for offside. It'll be a free kick to Manchester United, and Arsenal are reacting to the changes to the scoreline by making changes on the pitch, and plenty of them as well by the looks of things. And Capier's on his way off. Ben White coming on, which means Timber, I'm assuming, will go across the left back. Victor Gyökeres is also on in place of Gabriel Jesus. Martin Odegaard making way. And Eze is going to come on. And I think Marino also coming on. Zubimendi off, so 4 changes for Arsenal all in one go. Looking to flex their muscles here. Those changes make a difference. Goes out of play for an Arsenal throw. To Maguire, just launches it forward. Declan Rice has it now. Forward. Play for Manchester United players. So Ben White to take the throw in. He has gone over to right back. Timber coming across to left back. Eze and Marino into the midfield with Declan Rice. And Gyökeres has gone to take the place of Gabriel Jesus, who had a pretty quiet first 57 minutes or so. Extreme reaction from Mikel Arteta to make those changes. Is it going to make a difference? Eze has it now for Arsenal. Gives it to Timber on the edge of the centre circle, carrying it forward. Forward by Saliba. Martinez comes across to clear the danger. Puts it behind for a corner. Arsenal create something from this set piece. Saka to drive this into the near post. It's a good header away. Strong challenge by Bruno Fernandes on Bukayo Saka to put it out for a throw-in to Arsenal. They've camped inside the Manchester United half for the last few minutes. Manchester United might just have to ride the storm here for a little while. No doubt there'll be some anxiety in that Arsenal lineup. This is a big game, of course, for Manchester United. Argue maybe the pressure is more on Arsenal here. Drop points would be a setback, if not a disaster. They are circling the Manchester United penalty area, looking for a way through. Saka with the delivery into the box, and Lamans claims it very nicely indeed. Forward up towards Dorgu. It's a final touch off White before it goes out of play for a throw-in for Manchester United on the left-hand side. Michael Carrick and his assistants in deep conversation at the moment. Steve Holland and Jonathan Woodgate, his interim assistants, I suppose you would call them. Arsenal struggled to test Lamans in this game. Obviously the goal they did score was an own goal. Actually had a shot on target since the 18th minute of the game. We're just about to see the first yellow card of the game as well for Declan Rice for a challenge on Bruno Fernandes. And that frustration is just starting to build a little bit here. Arsenal unbeaten in 7 in the Premier League. Their last defeat came in early December, and they lost away at Aston Villa by 2-1. Those 2 draws in the last 2 league games mean that if they do lose here, it will be just 5 points from 4 games in January and just 2 points from their last 3. They go to Leeds United on the 31st. Their final game of this month, and it's here against Sunderland, away at Brentford, away at Tottenham, and they host Chelsea at the Emirates on the 1st of March. They still have to go to Manchester City this year as well, as Fernandes takes the free kick long and straight into the arms of David Raya. Quickly launches the ball forward, comes off the head of Dorgu, and will go out of play for an Arsenal throw. Rare defeat could be on the cards here for Mikel Arteta's side. They've lost just twice in the league this season and are unbeaten at home. As the ball comes out to Declan Rice on the edge of the box, and he has a shot at goal. It really has been rare for teams to come to the Emirates and have success. Manchester City got a 1-1 draw here in September. And Liverpool managed a goalless draw here a couple of weeks ago. Manchester United know the job is not done. 25 minutes of the 90 still to play. As Dorgu flicks on the goal kick from Lamons, and Ben White turn heads it back to David Raya. Arsenal on the attack again now. Forward by Saliba to White, finds Saka. Was challenged there by Shaw. Saka felt he was fouled, nothing given. On now with Casemiro. Gives it to Mainu. Saka getting back to intercept the pass to Shaw. Did really well there, Bukayo Saka. Arsenal have it again with Declan Rice. Followed by Gabriel. Eze lost the ball, but it comes back to Timber. Now Saliba up to the halfway line. Out wide to Saka. Forward for White. White down the line for Gyökeres to run onto. Then they're sending it further clear. It was Maguire who got the initial header out of the danger zone. Declan Rice has it now. Gives it to Ben White. And out wide to Saka. Shaw with a foul on Saka this time. Free kick to Arsenal, which has been taken quickly as we approach the midway point in the second half. It's Ben White looking for Saka. Not too much on it. It'll be a goal kick to Manchester United, and the Arsenal players just starting to show their frustration. It's going to be Manchester United now to make their first change. They're going to bring off one of their goal scorers, Brian Mbeumo, who latched on to a mistake by Zubimendi in the first half to level things up. Taking his goal really well, his 8th Premier League goal of the season. That's 3 more than any Arsenal player has managed in the Premier League. Finding a regular goal scorer has been a little bit tricky. Martinelli is the top scorer for Arsenal with 9 goals in all competitions. Along with Victor Gyökeres, they have 9 each in fact. Martinelli though with just 1 in the Premier League. Gyökeres is the joint Premier League top scorer for Arsenal with 5, would you believe? Along with Trossard. Hard to believe when you consider they were 7 points clear at the top of the table coming into this weekend. They share the goals out. Capable of scoring in lots of different areas of the pitch. You look down at the list of goal scorers, it's fairly lengthy. Gyökeres and Trossard with 5 each. Saka, Eze, Rice all with 4. Marino, Gabriel and Zubimendi all on 3. There's actually been 4 own goals scored by Arsenal, so own goals is now their joint second highest goal scorer in the Premier League, which is pretty remarkable. Zubimendi, Timber, Martinelli, Jesus, Odegaard, Calafiori have all scored this season. Arsenal have a free kick now, which is taken by Declan Rice into the middle, headed over the top by Marino, who wants a corner. It's not going to be given. It'll be a goal kick to Manchester United. Goal scoring maybe is an area that Arsenal haven't quite addressed. Gyökeres was obviously the man who was expected to fill the void a little. He's managed 9 in all competitions, not exactly prolific from the Swede. There was the big headline signing of the summer. 9 for Martinelli as well. Trossard and Saka with 7 each in all competitions. They do share the goals about, which means they're not overly reliant on one player. Just wonder if that will have an impact in the closing stages of the season. Gyökeres has just won the ball off Lisandro Martinez very nicely down the right-hand side, and Arsenal are into the penalty area. Shot comes in, deflected, and it's gathered, plucked out of the air by Lamens. Arsenal asking questions again about a possible handball. Craig Pawson, the referee, not seemingly very interested. Does strike the arm of Harry Maguire as it goes through to the goalkeeper. His arm is quite low to the floor as he's falling down. I don't think it was a decision that was ever likely to be given. As Fernandes picks it up again. Plays it out to the left-hand side for Shaw. Back to Fernandes. Given space to turn. Plays it out to Kobbie Mainoo on the left-hand side now. 19 minutes to go. Kobbie Mainoo. Back to Shaw. Now Lisandro Martinez. Forward to Dorgu. And Bruno Fernandes. Now Maguire. To Casemiro. Pressure from Eze. Casemiro with a lovely ball over the top. Dorgu controls it. Little back heel. Kobbie Mainoo arriving and couldn't get the shot away because the defender beat him to it. The flag had stayed down. It would have counted, or at least would have been given initially. Manchester United nearly cutting Arsenal open, but they're in again here. It might fall to Cunha inside the penalty area. Takes it away from Saliba. Comes back to Cunha. He's on the floor. Manages to get it out to Bruno Fernandes. Still danger here for Arsenal. Fernandes forced out wide. Maybe the danger just evaporating here. And again, Manchester United looking threatening there. Arsenal have had so much of the ball and been in control of so much of the game, but just haven't threatened that much. Now it's Maguire down the right-hand side. Taking it to the byline, looking to cross it in, which he does. Headed away on the edge of the box. It bounces in front of Trossard, who controls it and clears it up towards halfway. Lisandro Martinez intercepts and finds Kobbie Mainoo. Now Maguire. Out wide to Ahmad. No urgency required here for Manchester United. They can take this on calmly. It's given to Casemiro. Now Lisandro Martinez tries the ball over the top. It's ambitious, and it runs all the way through to David Raya. He rolls it out to Declan Rice. And Arsenal will look to pick up the pace a little here. Rice out to Eze. Turning infield. Looking for options. Now Marino. Back by Eze to Rice. Timber. Gyökeres. Looking for the cross here. Straight into the arms of Lamans, comfortably claimed by the goalkeeper. Long ball forward by Lamans. Header from White, it's going to fall to Kobbie Mainoo. Plays it into Bruno Fernandes under pressure from Declan Rice. Dorgu comes away with the ball, but it's a foul by Fernandes and it'll be a free kick for Arsenal. Declan Rice and Bruno Fernandes having a bit of an argument about the award of that free kick. It looked pretty good-natured. Arsenal have 16 minutes to try and turn this game around. Saliba puts it to Declan Rice. Looks to slide it through, and Mike couldn't pick the pass, and Dorgu wins it back. Now Cunha can carry it forward for Manchester United. Looking to go down the right-hand side. Ball goes out of play. Marino tries to take the throw in quickly, and it's quickly told by the referee that the throw-in's going to be given the other way, and Arsenal are going to make their final change. Noni Madueke going to come on for Leandro Trossard. Final roll of the dice from Mikel Arteta with 15 minutes to go. His side trailing by 2-1. Arsenal heading for their first home league defeat of the season. Still a long way to go, still time to turn things around. In truth, they haven't really offered enough in terms of clear goal-scoring chances. Lamons has not exactly been pushed hard. Hasn't had too many saves to make in this game. Madueke now running towards the Manchester United penalty area. It's cleared away for a throw-in. Arsenal's last home defeat, incidentally, was against Bournemouth on the 3rd of May in the Premier League, that is. 2-1 win for Bournemouth. Evan Nilsson's winner. 2-1 victory. Bournemouth came from behind to win. Manchester United threatening to do the same here. As the ball comes out to Saka. Back to Gabriel. And Declan Rice. To Saka again. Eze. Turns cleverly and plays a lovely ball into Timber inside the penalty area. Maguire was there to clear it out of harm's way. Arsenal still trying to find a way through. Madueke's pass had too much on it. He's had a play for the goal kick. Arsenal fans looking on a little anxiously now. Time ticking away. Draw would have been seen as a disappointment. Defeat possibly feel like a bit of a disaster. It certainly brings Aston Villa and Manchester City right back into the conversation. Not that anyone had completely written them off. Aston Villa getting a big win today away at Newcastle by 2-0. They put themselves right back in this title race. They of course did beat Arsenal earlier this season. And only 2 defeats that Arteta's side have suffered. As Bruno Fernandes fires it forward. Dorgu looking to get away from Ben White. He has gone down holding his right thigh. Free stopping play. I think Dorgu could be in trouble here. It's like a hamstring injury. Be the end of his evening. Some contribution he's made. Certainly scored the goal of the game. Firing it in from the edge of the penalty area. It's a brilliant goal. Arsenal have yet to find a response. Making his way off the pitch, looks like he might be about to come off. We have 10 minutes plus stoppage time remaining here as Arsenal threaten with a cross from Saka and the header onto the roof of the net from Gyökeres, who's claiming a corner. Goal kick given. More frustration for Arsenal. Certainly looking at the replay, it does seem as though Gyökeres might have had a case. Looked like it did come off Sandro Martinez. Dorgu has gone off. Benjamin Sesko comes on, which suggests probably a bit of a reshuffle. You'd imagine Sesko will go through the middle. Cunha to play out on the left, most likely. Ahmad to stay on the right. Declan Rice misplaces his pass, and then Luke Shaw finds Bruno Fernandes, who tried to play it out to the left-hand side but fired it into the face of Benjamin Sesko, who's now bent over in agony. As Arsenal come forward, Bruno Fernandes screaming at the Arsenal players to get the ball out of play, but they don't have to do that, as Madueke looks to take on Luke Shaw and carries it to the byline. Sesko is holding his face. He had the ball smashed into him from Bruno Fernandes from close range. He's certainly had the wind taken out of him there. Not the introduction he was looking for. Sting on a cold night. His face is bright red as a result of that smash in the face from his teammate. He's run back into the 6-yard box to defend an Arsenal corner. Trying to get his head to the ball again. Bruno Fernandes giving him some instructions. It's a big, tall unit, Benjamin Sesko, and his heading qualities could be required as the corner comes in. Lamons punches it away, but only as far as the corner taker Saka, who has it again on the edge of the box. Gives it to Saliba, gives it straight back to Saka. He tries to find a way through, fires it in. It was about to creep in at the near post, and Lamons gets down to save it. Really good block by the Manchester United goalkeeper. It's probably as close as Arsenal have come to scoring in the second half. Saka trying to squeeze it in at the near post. Would it be going in? That was a little hard to say, but certainly needed stopping by Lamons. He couldn't take any chances. May have clipped the post. May have gone just inside, but it's an Arsenal corner, and Lamons comes to punch again, didn't get there, and Marino gets it over the line. The referee gives the goal. It's 2-2. Arsenal back in it. Mikel Merino claiming it. And Arsenal have scrambled an equaliser from a set piece. Mikel Merino with the goal. Relief around the Emirates. Heartbreak for Manchester United. And there is still time for Arsenal to complete the turnaround here. They will go after the win. No surprise that it's come from a set piece. Saka's delivery deep into the 6-yard box. Lamons didn't deal with it this time. Sesko tried to clear it off the line, but the ball had gone over. Absolutely no doubt that it's a goal. The referee took one look at his watch and gave it. It was an almighty scramble. Arsenal make it 2-2. 6 minutes to go. Marino's done it again. How often does he come to their rescue? Fourth Premier League goal of the season for him. Goes level with Declan Rice, Bereyese and Bukayo Saka. As Manchester United launch it long, Sesko challenging Gabriel. Arsenal have time here. There could be a late winner in this game. Be a huge victory for them if they can find another one in these closing stages. Signal of intent, a signal that they are ready to become champions at last. Madueke driving into the penalty area, overruns it, and it'll be a goal kick to Manchester United. Now things getting a little spicy out on the pitch. After what was a pretty tame first half, it's been much more intense in the second period. Arsenal certainly feel that there is plenty to play for still. Draw. Not quite the result they were hoping for. And Manchester United have scored again, and it's Cunha. From miles out, it's another stunning goal. And for the second time in the game, it's Manchester United who lead. Stunning goal. Extraordinary strike from Cunha. 3-2. Another one from out of nowhere. Arsenal players hang their heads in disbelief. Manchester United fans celebrate wildly as Matheus Cunha, the substitute, delivers once again. Absolutely incredible. Dorgu's was stunning. This one was even better from Matheus Cunha. Just when it looked like Arsenal had turned the tide, it was Bruno Fernandes who picked up a loose ball, then Kobbie Mainoo gave it to Cunha, and he struck the ball from a good 30 yards out. Central position, curled it into the bottom corner past David Raya. Absolutely stunning goal from Cunha. Staggering game at the Emirates in a thrilling second half. Arsenal 2, Manchester United 3. And with just over 2 minutes plus stoppage time remaining, is that going to be the winning moment for Manchester United? A hammer blow for Arsenal. The title challenge has hit another bump in the road. Mazraoui has been brought on to take the place of Ahmad here for Manchester United in what will be their final change, because they've used all three of their substitution windows now. 90 seconds plus stoppage time to go. Madueke to Timber. Now Saka. Back to Timber again. Can Arsenal do it again? Great challenge by Cunha. He has made such an impact coming on in this second half. Manchester United heading for fourth place in the league table. Are they about to have a big say in the title race again? They beat Manchester United last weekend at Old Trafford. Are they about to become the first team this season to win at the Emirates against Arsenal? The game's not done yet though. Eze turning left and right and looking for a pass which ultimately was a poor one. The ball has come back to him though, and he finds Saka. Little back heel from Timber, comes off Mazraoui, goes behind for an Arsenal corner. This is where they're at their most dangerous. Declan Rice to take the corner. 90 minutes have gone, 7 minutes added. Are we about to see more late drama here? In comes the corner from Rice. Lamans punches it away. Cunha pulled back by Eze. It'll be a free kick to Manchester United and a yellow card for Eze. Cunha is being slapped on the back by his teammates. Lamans came out and punched that corner away. could argue that he didn't really do his job on the previous one that led to the Arsenal equaliser. But he was pretty commanding there as Eze picks up his first yellow card of the season in the Premier League. And all of a sudden, Arsenal are concerned. 3 games in a row without a win in the Premier League. That is what they're looking at now. They could be just 2 points from those 3 games. Manchester United are looking at back-to-back wins over last season's top 2. Or this season's top 2, I should say. Looking to become the first team to defeat Arsenal at home in the Premier League this season. Cunha. Goes down again under the challenge and wins the free kick. Being told to get to his feet by Craig Pawson. Doesn't want the Manchester United players wasting any time here. 2 of the 7 additional minutes have gone. Free kick to Manchester United just inside their own half. Lisandro Martinez taking his time. Now launching it long, left-footed up to the edge of the Arsenal penalty area, straight into the arms of David Raya, who rolls it out quickly to White. Plays it back to the Arsenal goalkeeper. Beaten twice from long range today, David Raya. Rice to Eze. Wide to Madueke. Eze again. To Saliba. Declan Rice. Marino. Declan Rice. Back to Gabriel. By Ben White, it's blocked by Luke Shaw. He's going to play for a throw. Halfway through the 7 minutes of stoppage time, and the ball given away to Bruno Fernandes, who goes for goal from the halfway line. Sails out of play for a goal kick, harmlessly wide, but he obviously didn't fancy picking up the ball and running towards the Arsenal goal. Arsenal have taken the goal kick quickly, but Manchester United pressing as the ball goes out for a throw-in on the right-hand side. 4 of the 7 additional minutes have been played. 3-2. Harry Maguire comes and clears the ball long and into the stands. Smashing it downfield anywhere will do now for Manchester United. It's all about seeing the game out.